Welcome. Today, we're diving into the world of business communication by exploring the Request for Information, or RFI, letter. Whether you're new to professional correspondence or looking to sharpen your skills, understanding RFIs is essential. These letters play a crucial role in gathering details, clarifying uncertainties, and ensuring smooth transactions between organizations. In this video, we'll break down what an RFI letter is, why it's used, and how it fits into the broader context of business communication. Let's start by defining the basics and setting the stage for a deeper look at this important document. A Request for Information letter, commonly known as an RFI, is a formal document sent by one party to another to obtain specific details or clarification about products, services, or procedures. It's not a contract or a binding agreement, but rather a preliminary step in the procurement or decision-making process. RFIs are widely used in industries such as construction, IT, and government, where clear and accurate information is vital before moving forward. By sending an RFI, organizations can compare options, understand offerings, and make informed choices. The main purpose of an RFI letter is to gather information. When a company or individual needs more details about a product, service, or process, an RFI helps bridge the knowledge gap. It allows the requester to ask targeted questions and receive structured responses. This process is especially useful when comparing multiple vendors or solutions. By collecting consistent information from different sources, decision makers can evaluate their options more effectively and avoid misunderstandings down the line. RFIs are typically used early in the procurement or project planning process. If you're unsure about the specifics of a product or service, or if you need to clarify technical requirements, an RFI is the right tool. It's also useful when exploring new markets or technologies, as it helps organizations gather the necessary background before committing to a purchase or partnership. Essentially, whenever you need more information to make an informed decision, consider sending an RFI. It's important to distinguish an RFI from other similar documents like RFPs, request for proposal, and RFQs, request for quotation. While an RFI seeks information, an RFP requests detailed proposals for a project, and an RFQ asks for price quotes. Each serves a unique purpose in the procurement process. Understanding these differences ensures you use the right document for your needs and communicate effectively with potential vendors or partners. An effective RFI letter includes several key components. First, it should clearly state the purpose of the request. Next, it should outline the specific information needed, often in the form of questions or topics. Contact details, deadlines, and any relevant background information should also be included. By organizing these elements logically, the recipient can respond accurately and efficiently, making the process smoother for both parties. The structure of your RFI letter matters. Start with a polite greeting and a brief introduction of your organization. Clearly state the reason for your request, followed by a list of specific questions or topics you need addressed. End with a thank you and your contact information. Keeping your letter organized and concise increases the likelihood of receiving a helpful response. Let's look at how to open an RFI letter. A typical opening might read, "Dear recipient, I am writing on behalf of your company to request information regarding your product service. We are currently evaluating options and would appreciate your assistance in providing the following details." This sets a professional tone and clearly communicates your intent from the start. After the introduction, it's time to list your questions. Be specific and direct. For example, 1. What are the technical specifications of your product? 2. What is your estimated delivery timeline? 3. Can you provide references from previous clients? Numbering your questions makes it easier for the recipient to respond to each point clearly. To close your RFI letter, thank the recipient for their time and assistance. Provide your contact information and indicate any deadlines for a response. For example, "Thank you for your attention to this request. Please respond by date." If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at email, phone. This ensures clear communication and sets expectations. Maintaining a professional and courteous tone throughout your RFI letter is crucial. Even if you're requesting urgent information, politeness goes a long way in building positive relationships. Avoid using demanding language or making assumptions. Instead, focus on clarity and respect, which encourages a prompt and helpful response. RFIs are used in a variety of situations. For example, a company might send an RFI to a supplier to learn more about available products. Or a government agency might request information from contractors about their capabilities. RFIs are also common in large projects where multiple vendors are being considered. In each case, the goal is to gather enough information to make an informed decision. Using RFIs offers several benefits. They help organizations clarify requirements, avoid misunderstandings, and ensure that all parties are on the same page. RFIs also save time by streamlining the information gathering process and reducing the need for back-and-forth communication. Ultimately, they support better decision-making and more successful outcomes. While RFIs are useful, they can also have drawbacks. If not written clearly, they may lead to confusion or incomplete responses. Additionally, sending too many RFIs can overwhelm recipients and slow down the process. It's important to use RFIs strategically and ensure that your questions are relevant and necessary. To get the most out of your RFI, follow best practices. Be concise, focus on essential questions, and provide enough context for the recipient to understand your needs. Set clear deadlines and offer a way for the recipient to ask follow-up questions if needed. These steps help ensure you receive accurate and timely information. RFIs can be sent by anyone needing more information, but they are most commonly used by procurement teams, project managers, and decision-makers in organizations. These individuals are responsible for gathering data, comparing options, and making recommendations. By using RFIs, they ensure that their choices are based on accurate and comprehensive information. On the receiving end, RFIs are typically sent to vendors, suppliers, contractors, or service providers. These recipients are expected to respond with detailed and accurate information. Their responses help the requester evaluate options and make informed decisions. It's important for recipients to answer thoroughly and address each question clearly. In the procurement process, RFIs are often the first step. Organizations use them to gather information before issuing more detailed documents, like RFPs or RFQs. This approach helps narrow down the list of potential vendors and ensures that only qualified candidates move forward. By starting with an RFI, companies can save time and resources in the long run. Project managers often use RFIs to clarify project requirements or resolve uncertainties. For example, if a construction project encounters an unexpected issue, the manager might send an RFI to the architect or engineer for clarification. This ensures that everyone is on the same page and helps prevent costly mistakes or delays. The construction industry relies heavily on RFIs. Contractors, architects, and engineers use them to clarify drawings, specifications, or procedures. For instance, if a blueprint is unclear, a contractor might send an RFI to the architect for more details. This process helps avoid miscommunication and ensures that the project stays on track. In the IT and technology sectors, RFIs are used to understand vendor capabilities, technical specifications, and compatibility with existing systems. Organizations may send RFIs to multiple vendors to compare solutions before making a significant investment. This helps ensure that the chosen technology meets all requirements and integrates smoothly. Government agencies use RFIs to gather information from contractors and suppliers before issuing formal bids. This process helps ensure transparency and fairness in public procurement. By collecting information upfront, agencies can develop more accurate and comprehensive requests for proposals or quotations later on. With the rise of digital communication, many RFIs are now sent and received electronically. Email and online forms make it easier to distribute RFIs to multiple recipients and track responses. Digital RFIs also allow for faster turnaround times and better record keeping, streamlining the entire process. When responding to an RFI, it's important to answer each question thoroughly and provide any requested documentation. Recipients should be clear, concise, and honest in their responses. Timely replies help maintain a positive relationship and increase the chances of being considered for future opportunities. After receiving responses to an RFI, the requester should review each one carefully. Compare the information provided, check for completeness, and assess how well each response meets your needs. This evaluation helps narrow down your options and prepares you for the next steps, such as issuing an RFP or RFQ. Keeping accurate records of your RFIs and responses is essential. This documentation can be referenced later if questions arise or if you need to justify your decisions. Digital tools make it easy to organize and store these records, ensuring that all information is accessible when needed. Sometimes, RFIs involve sensitive or proprietary information. It's important to handle these documents with care and respect confidentiality agreements. Both requesters and recipients should be aware of any privacy requirements and take steps to protect confidential data throughout the process. While RFIs are not legally binding, they can still have legal implications. For example, misrepresenting information in an RFI response could lead to disputes or damage to reputation. It's important for both parties to be honest and transparent, and to consult legal counsel if there are any concerns about confidentiality or intellectual property. When dealing with international vendors or partners, RFIs may need to address language barriers, cultural differences, and varying business practices. It's important to use clear language and provide context to avoid misunderstandings. Being aware of these challenges helps ensure effective communication across borders. Many organizations use templates or online tools to create and manage RFIs. These resources help ensure consistency and save time. Templates typically include standard sections for the introduction, questions, deadlines, and contact information, making it easy to draft effective RFIs quickly. While templates are helpful, it's important to customize your RFI to fit your specific needs. Tailor your questions and background information to the particular situation or industry. This ensures that you receive relevant and useful responses rather than generic answers. Tracking the progress of your RFIs is essential, especially when dealing with multiple recipients. Use spreadsheets or project management tools to monitor who has responded, what information has been provided, and any follow-up actions needed. This helps keep the process organized and ensures nothing falls through the cracks. After receiving and reviewing RFI responses, it's often necessary to follow up with additional questions or clarifications. This step helps ensure that you have all the information needed before moving forward. Be prompt and specific in your follow-up to maintain momentum and keep the process efficient. RFIs are often just one part of a larger procurement or project management process. Integrating RFIs with other documents, such as RFPs and contracts, helps create a seamless workflow. By keeping all related documents organized and accessible, organizations can move smoothly from information gathering to decision-making and implementation. Avoid common mistakes when writing RFIs, such as being too vague, asking irrelevant questions, or failing to provide enough context. These errors can lead to incomplete or unhelpful responses. Always review your RFI before sending to ensure clarity and relevance. To make your RFI as effective as possible, be clear about your objectives, use simple language, and prioritize your questions. Include only the information necessary for the recipient to provide a useful response. This approach saves time for both parties and leads to better results. RFIs are a valuable tool in vendor selection. By requesting information from multiple vendors, organizations can compare capabilities, pricing, and experience. This process helps ensure that the chosen vendor is the best fit for the project or purchase. RFIs can also play a role in risk management. By gathering detailed information up front, organizations can identify potential risks and address them early. This proactive approach helps prevent problems and supports successful project outcomes. In regulated industries, RFIs help ensure compliance with laws and standards. By requesting specific information, organizations can verify that vendors or partners meet all necessary requirements. This documentation can be critical during audits or inspections. Strategic planners use RFIs to gather market intelligence and assess new opportunities. By collecting information from various sources, organizations can make informed decisions about entering new markets, launching products, or forming partnerships. RFIs can drive innovation by exposing organizations to new ideas, technologies, and solutions. By reaching out to a wide range of vendors or experts, companies can discover options they might not have considered otherwise. This openness to new information supports continuous improvement. Sending and responding to RFIs can help build strong business relationships. Clear communication and mutual respect foster trust and collaboration. Even if a vendor isn't selected, a positive RFI experience can lead to future opportunities. To sum up, a request for information letter is a valuable tool for gathering details, clarifying uncertainties, and supporting informed decisions. By understanding when and how to use RFIs, you can streamline your processes, reduce risks, and build stronger business relationships. Remember to be clear, concise, and professional in all your communications. Here are the key takeaways. RFIs are used to gather information, not to make binding agreements. They help clarify requirements, compare options, and support decision-making. Use RFIs strategically and always maintain professionalism in your communication. With these tips, you'll be well equipped to use RFIs effectively in your business dealings. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of requests for information letters. Now that you understand what an RFI is and how to use it, you're ready to apply this knowledge in your own professional life. Remember, effective communication is the foundation of successful business relationships. Good luck with your next RFI.